I have two screens, so when I look to one side or the other, please don't be alarmed. I'm just using two screens. Um, and as most of you know, oh, actually, all of you know, I guess, my name is Kim Todd. I am the founder of Guide to the Good. We're a social enterprise about promoting local, social, and green choices and building sustainability in Newfoundland and Labrador. We recognized that small local businesses are the key to building sustainable communities. They are the economic, environmental, ethical, and social foundation of building communities that flourish. So we want to do everything that we can do to help local entrepreneurs like you guys thrive. So digital marketing is a key factor in that right now. It was pre-pandemic. It is even more so post-pandemic. So we do these workshops for Guide to the Good members and guests called Let's Get Better At, recognizing that unless you're 21 or under, a lot of the the technology is new anyway, even if you are 21 or under, because it changes all the time. And women are often the ones who are doing these really cool, amazing things behind the scenes, and women are known for not being confident about taking on digital activities, not because they can't, because they can, just because it seems daunting, which it is. So these little workshops are meant to make digital doable, help make digital doable. And they're called Let's Get Better At because we can get better at, we can get better at all of these things. So these Let's Get Better At sessions are free online marketing workshops to help good members and friends thrive. They are, there's no charge for them, as you know, and they are we create them through support of CBDC, that's the Community Business Development Corp. They are a grower sponsor with Guide to the Good. Blue Drop is a community builder with Guide to the Good, and SOAR is a grower with Guide to the Good. They do tremendous work for people in trades. If you or anybody wants to get into trades, they will help if you need help with tutoring, especially in math, and they at no charge. And if you are a skilled tradesperson and you would like to avail of counseling, they offer that at no charge. So that is great. Another thing about CBDC, they have partnered with, well, as part of the federal government's digital adoption program. They are administering the CDAP grant. Now, I know that there are some limitations on it, so it's not perfect for everybody, or it's not suitable for everybody. But if you're eligible, it's a $2,400 grant that's pretty easy to get, that you use for your digital marketing and support your e-commerce activities. Okay, then digital is doable. So this is what we say. I know some of you better than others, and I know you're all absolutely brilliant and can do all of the things, but also have heard some of you say, if not all of you say, oh my god, that's digital, I don't want to do that. What I want to tell you is that digital is doable, and wherever you are, start there, know where you want to go, and you'll get there. Well, that's kind of how we move forward with things. The Guide to the Good is a social enterprise that I've been talking about, but the project or the nonprofit that it works from is the Green Rock Live Sustainably NL, where it's about connection. So building sustainable communities through connecting people to themselves, and Angela might be really into that, to their community. And I think Rachel is probably into that, as is Viviana, and to well, actually, Eileen as well, everybody is, and to the planet, and Viviana, pops up there as well. So making connections and building sustainable communities through those connections. We are Guide to the Good. We are a web-based platform that promotes local, social, and green choices. We show up on when people search, in their Google search or their Bing search, Guide to the Good and Guide to the Good members show up. And within Guide to the Good, there's also search options as well. Okay, but then we get into this, the Google Business Profile. So Google Business Profile is a huge deal. It is a product of Google, the amazing Google. We partner with Google. We're happy to have the support of Google. Google is the one who grants us $120,000 US per year in AdWord grants that we use to promote our members and our platform. But there's lots of things about digital that I don't really love that much. Um, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about um, the, the benefits that it can bring to uh, local companies to help local companies thrive. Um, Google Business Profile is a really great asset for that. Um, so anytime you search uh, for something on the right hand side of the screen, if you're on a desktop or laptop, will show up, and if you're on your phone, it will show up there as well. It's like a little box with the information in it. It might have a few pictures. It might have the name of the company. It might have, website directions, opening hours, those sorts of things. That's a Google Business Profile. It used to be called Google My Business, but now it is called Google Business Profile. Uh, you don't have to create it, right? Google creates it. It creates it on its own, and Bing creates the same thing on the Bing platform. Um, Google wants to be the best way to find answers to whatever it is you want with regard to information or something you want to buy or a connection you want to make. Google wants to be the right answer there, so it spends a lot of time, all this time, crawling around the internet and picking up information and putting it together and throwing it back to the people who are searching, which are us. So sometimes we want to be the answer to the search, and that's what we're talking about here tonight. How we want to be, we want to show up when people are looking for the things that we offer. Hopefully, it's our website or our Facebook or something that we've created, but there's also Google Business Profile, which will show up, and you can either control it or you cannot control it. And if you don't control, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it can be a very, very powerful tool when you do. Recently, Google has changed things up a bit. It used to be that there was an app on your phone that you would use to update your Google Business Profile, but now you can do it without the app. You can do it on your laptop, just as that hasn't changed, and you can do it directly from your phone, directly from your profile. So if you search yourself, you can put your own name, your own company there, have it pop up on Google, uh, the Google Business Profile, and it will ask you, do you own this profile? Or a question similar to that. And if you do, you can click in and you can make those changes. But I've kind of gone ahead. So I'm going to go ahead to here. Right. So this is what it looks like on the desktop. I search Guide to the Good, which is us. And this is your business on Google. And from right here, I can make changes. I can edit my profile. I can read reviews. I can check messages. Messages are if you choose to have messages come through the Google messaging app. You can add a photo. You can read all those things that I can do, or you can do directly from your desktop, so you don't need to go into anything else. And this is the Guide to the Good Google Business Profile. It says I manage this business profile, so when Google knows it's you, which would be because you're logged in through your Chrome or whatever you are, it will say that. And we as Guide to the Good, we have access to a lot of different member profiles. Sometimes people need help with them, or sometimes we set them up in the first place, and then we kind of stay on, not as an owner, but as a person with access, because it's very easy to lose those passwords if you're not familiar with how the whole thing works. Okay, so we'll go into the one by one bits of these things, and perhaps everybody is interested in updating something on their own tonight, and I kind of hope so, and we can work together and figure out how to get that done really well. Okay, so what we want to talk about is what the Google profile does for you. So we've talked about that a little bit, how to access it and how that has changed recently, how do you refresh it, and how to check your metrics. So in for Google Business Profile, as in all things to do with the internet, metrics are important because they tell you kind of what's happening, and that lets you figure out what you did to create that thing to happen. It's a good idea. It's important though not to get too wrapped up in it because um, it's a bit of a rabbit hole. You can start focusing only on the metrics and then losing the context and everything else. But it's a really important part of the package, and if you pay attention to it, it can inform you and help you make decisions that serve your intentions and serve your business. Um, and if anybody, we can have our any we're small groups, so if you want to have a conversation or you want to ask a question or something, go right ahead. Okay, so your Google Business Profile gives you control. There's no charge for it. You can update text, you can update images, you can add video, and lots of other different things. Um, and you can treat it kind of like your social media platform. So perhaps you say, oh, I'm going to post to Facebook every day, or I'm going to post to Insta, 3 times a week, or whatever it is you're going to do. You could treat your Google Business Profile that way. We don't, and I wouldn't recommend that you do. But keeping it current and making sure that the things that are on it are probably, excuse me, have a long life is a good idea, but also, reflects accurately what your business is doing now and what your business is like. Um, the images that you put up get a tremendous number of exposures in peculiar ways where you might you might not be able to predict it, but when the images are up there, that leads back to your Google profile, and that can lead back to your website if your website is there, or other links that you have. So it can be a very useful thing. Just check my notes here, make sure I've said everything. Okay. Oh yeah, and this might be great for those of you with sort of you can walk by studios, right? So for running the goat and for neural. Um, Getting on the maps is really important. And when your Google Business Profile is updated, then the map is is there as well. So when people are in the vicinity of you will show up as a listing near me. So having things like when the studio is open, or when you're willing to accept visitors, or use those types of things. And if you think about it, when you're not in the position of making your art, or doing your work, when you're in the position of you're driving around somewhere really cool on okay, I've never been here before, what's on the go here, oh look, oh wow, look, we can go visit this open studio, or we can go visit this bookshop, let's go. It's that type of different mindset that makes that it's really good for. Okay, and the next one is, oh, okay. The benefits of the Google Business Profile: it brings traffic to you. So people search your Google Business Profile shows up. Uh, they can click on your website, as I mentioned. They can click on your how to get to there. How do we directions? That directions thing's a Google thing. And there's also a chat little button. If you enable chat on your Google Business Profile, then they can hit the chat button and they're messaging you. And how I'm 55, right? So I so let's just say I'm totally deep diving into the whole digital thing, and probably have been since it was invented. But I I find email to be, oh my God, what a pain in the ass this is. Because, you have to open the email, you have to click this, you have to click that, you have to do all of these things, you have to open it, you have to close it. Whereas when you're messaging, it really is like a one-click thing. So it's quite an easy way to get things back and forth. On the other hand, you need to be able to respond to it. So lots of people we included have an auto message when we get a message when someone messages us on social that says, "Oh, we'll check, later or whatever." But it's very quick and easy to get it in there.
Uh, Kim,
Yeah.
I'm not sure I have that done. Is that something you would recommend that we do?
If you
Enable
are
the
able
chat?
to respond, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'm not sure. I got to check that.
Yeah. It's just to, enable. We'll look at that now in a minute. But
Okay.
if you're able to respond, it's good. If you're not able to respond, then you want to think about it. Okay, and it is low maintenance. So you don't want to put up content, or I wouldn't suggest that you put up content that dates really quickly. Uh, so then you don't have to keep updating it all the time. Quarterly is good, I think, but depending on what you need. Okay, so how to optimize your Google business profile. I see what that is all about. Well, the first thing is everybody have a laptop or something in front of them? Yeah. So I would suggest just search yourself and then see what comes up for you. You look for your own self, obviously.
I'm on two phones, so
Yeah, you're back and forth. So
yeah.
I know, Rachel, that you're there and you're verified. Viviana, I think you're there and verified. Angela, I don't know about you. Do you show up and are you verified?
Yeah, I have my business on Google, and yeah, I have. I haven't been on that long, but I did have 621 customer interactions.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah, and every day I get a phone call. But yesterday I got a phone call. I got a client booked for Monday just with Google. I find Google great for
Awesome.
me.
Okay, great.
But I did Google myself, and so if people are phoning me, because not always can I get to the phone, so probably won't be, and plus I don't know who's calling. Would it be a good choice for me to have a chat? I don't have chat set up for me.
Yeah, probably would, because a lot of times, people. I mean, some people are phone people and some people aren't. So it's a little bit easier to send a message than it is to
Hmm.
make a call. And if you're
Yeah.
able to respond, that's probably a really good idea.
Yeah, I don't have that. I just noticed I don't have that.
Yeah. And I think everybody else is good, claimed and verified. If somebody isn't verified, the process of verification is not difficult as long as your address hasn't changed or your telephone number hasn't changed. If it has, then it's a bit more complicated. Uh,
Yeah, it takes 10 days and they send you a code in the mail or something.
yeah, that's one of the ways, and that's I kind of like that because it's
Yeah.
it's Canada Post, so
Yeah.
old
Yeah.
school for the digital thing. But yeah, okay, great. Okay, so that's what we just spoke about. You can get a postcard, you can get an email, or you can get a text. That's fine. So now we're getting into the editing side. I can show you this though. This is dated now, but in this case, we're verified owners of the Guide to Good Profile. At this point, we had requested a code, and then you need to get the code. And this is important, even if you do have it, just so you realize that Google doesn't just let anybody do anything with it with your profile. While they can, right? People can make comments. You could make comments on anyone's profile. You could say that you own it. You could say what you like. But there is a little bit of check and balance in there about it. Okay, and this is the refreshing bit. Okay, just did that. All right. Okay, so let's do it. We can get in there and update. So if everybody has their own thing on the go, this would be a good time to do it. Perhaps you've had a chance to think about something you wanted to add, or or not. Like, is that are you guys prepared to do an update now? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's do it. Um, so you go to your. I will just do it here like this. Um, so guide to the good. I will type in just so we can oops not the CA because then it will go to the website. So my business on Google. This is great. Um, and so this is how it looks. Now, again, mine is a little bit different because we represent a bunch of different companies, but this is mine. This we can click here to edit the profile. First, is everybody getting this? Yeah. Okay,
Yep.
great. You can edit your profile. You can read your reviews. Um, Google reviews are really valuable, and most times people, if you ask specifically, oh, would you give me a review? They will. You can also increase the odds of somebody doing that by sending them, a link to it. So, well, leave me a Google review. You had a great time. Gee whiz, thank you. I'd love for you to post that online. Here's the link. This is the messages part that we were talking about. So we can click in here and messaging was turned off. I don't have my messages turned on because we don't respond all that quickly. But you can, if you want to do it right here with your chat settings, and you can, learn more all about it. And that will take you to the Google, magic place. How to read and reply. So this is information, you can read that when you would like to. Okay. And to add a photo, you can click on here. That's what you want to do. So a photo of the inside of your business or your logo, you want to have your logo there, or a cover photo to showcase your business. So for the cover photo, I'm going to drop this in the chat for you because you want to have the dimensions as good as possible. I'm going to put this in the chat, drop it down. Okay, so that's 1080 by 608 pixels in the format of JPEG or PNG. Size between 10 kilobytes and 5 megabytes. 5 megabytes is really big. You don't really want it to be that big because it will not help you. And your minimum resolution is 720 pixels tall and 720 pixels wide. The most important thing there is your dimension because it will fill your space most appropriately. And it helps, right? When people are seeing things, they see something that they like and they'd be interested in. One of our cover photos now, one of our photos is of two members, out on a little winter picnic, which is cool. People don't know what it is, but they can see that that we're outdoors. And if they did look into it, they'd find out a little bit more about what Guide to the Good is doing. We're the social enterprise, promoting digital marketing for local companies. So it's a little bit of a weird one, but for the rest of you, or Viviana's is probably a bit difficult too, but for the rest of you, it would be very easy to communicate what you're doing with these photos. So that could be really useful. Okay. And you can check your performance, which is really important. You can advertise. So this takes you to Google Ads. I am not going to click on this because we, as Guide to the Good, have $120,000 worth of Google ads that we use to promote our members, which is awesome. Um, but I don't want to click on this because the paid ads will argue with, or I'm afraid they will conflict with the paid ones with our non Google for nonprofit ones. Um, Google, loves it when people advertise through search ads or whatever type of ad that you'd be interested in doing. Often give they will give you money to do it. However, it's important to know that when they say, "Oh, you've just set up this thing, you get $500 worth of free ads," and they will honor that, but you need to spend $500 first. So,
Yeah.
lots of times people aren't in the mood, don't have the appetite to do that as soon as they sign up. Um, so it's just worth being, if you are in that situation, have a look to see what you have to do to get that, whatever the free thing is. And for somebody like Eileen, I know you have a lot of your products up. You can edit your products through here. You can edit your services. So if you're a service-based organization, which would be more like Viviana and Angela are doing, you can take bookings, which is very convenient. We use Calendly for our bookings, and that works pretty well. You can take calls, or you can turn them off. Questions and answers. So that can be someone can ask a question, you can answer it, or you can do both. If you want to get that information out that way. Add an update. So an update is not really an offer, and it's not really a service, but it is saying something different that's happening for you. Google likes it when you update your profile every now and then. It likes when things are changed, when things are fresh. And if you're the type of company that has your hours change, or you might be open on a particular holiday, or you might not, then that is a really good thing to do, to have those up to date. I know on Tuesday, when on the stormy day, I needed to go to the supermarket, and it was very stormy. You couldn't drive, but it was an important thing. I had a daughter who had her wisdom teeth out, so she needed special food, soft food to eat. So anyway, I Googled and saw that Sobeys said they were open, and off myself and my perfect dog, haha, Aisha went. But anyway, it was closed, so they didn't. We had a nice walk, but it wasn't.
Okay.
And I wasn't really surprised, because lots of times, because I know, right, they don't update it all the time. But this is where, when people are looking for whatever reason, it's like the first line of information. So it's important, right? And if I was, I kind of knew it was closed, so it was okay anyway. But if I didn't know, and it was closed, then it might reflect poorly on the business.
Yeah.
This is what this says. This isn't what's yeah. And then you can ask. That's a nice easy way to do it.
Kim,
There,
how often would you do an update, or just when you have something new to say or new to sell or something?
yeah, well, definitely. So new to sell, that would be more so of a product, right?
Yeah.
But if you were, for instance, introducing a new line of something, whatever that would be, then that would be something you could put in an update, and then you would put, you have the link, and you put it to whatever it is you've got there. Or for you, like, I know your business fairly well, and I know the nice connection with the stages in New Pelican. So maybe, if a buddy painted the stage a new color or something like that, that might be a fun kind of update.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Didn't think about that. We have 26 now altogether.
Yeah.
Mm.
Cool. Okay, so the updates, and then you ask for reviews. You can create an offer, so sales or discounts, and that would be more of probably more of a time sensitive thing. You can see your performance over this period of time. Wait, now, get noticed by more customers. You added last added photos 359 days ago. That's not very good. Add new photos to get more attention. So, we don't update ours often enough, possibly. But when people do, they get a lot of attention for it. There was one of our members got thousands and thousands of views of their pictures. She's a jewelry maker, and she put up, different pictures of her jewelry, and it would show up all over the place, and it served her very well. I guess for the reviews, you can turn on chat, and you can create an ad, which I'm not going to click on that one. So it's all pretty easy, right? You can do it here on your laptop. You can do it on your phone. So if anyone's looking at their phone, you can do the same thing. Have a look, see how you show up. Okay, I did have this set up, but I searched for something, so I have to do it again. So we could just see what the differences are. Something that is important when you're looking at it on your phone is when you're updating, you want to make sure that it looks good on the phone as well, because the phone is small.
Yeah.
I don't know, the average age in this province is, I don't know what it is exactly, but it's over 40, and people eyesight is important. So if it's easy to see, that's better than if it's not easy to see. So you can see my phone. You probably see your own phone, but in case you can't, this is how it looks. And the features are the same. You can edit your profile. You can promote. That's advertising. You can create an offer, and the other things are there as well. And then you could hit the three dots to the right, and that will give you your profile settings, your notifications, and it's just for me, for Garden of Good, add a new business profile, all the business profiles, and a tutorial. You probably have options for a tutorial as well, because Google likes for people to learn. So now there, it's trying to make me do the Google Ads thing. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Just did the same for me.
Yeah.
I added a picture and it's pending, and then right away I tried to sell the ad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually it takes a little bit of time before it goes up, but not too long. As a matter of fact, I put up a new picture this afternoon in preparation for this, and it's not showing it yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
even the reviews takes like almost a day for the reviews to go through.
Yeah. So you've had great success with the reviews, I think, haven't you, Angela?
Yeah, really great success. I was set up to have a link with a picture and a link. So when a person leaves, then I'll send it, and the picture will show up, and then the link, and then they can just go on. Some people has trouble though. They say it won't allow them to. It won't allow them something to do with their name. Do you know anything about that?
I've had that happen too, Angela.
What is that all about? I wonder.
I have no idea, but yet others seem to get in, perfectly, right?
No problem.
It could be for either of you. Do you know whether it was a Google Mail that they were using to log in with, or a not Google Mail?
That could be it.
Oh, yeah. That would make a difference, Ken?
Well, you wouldn't want it to, but I think it could. If there is nothing else, because your Google profile is your identity, right? So if you're commenting on, you use your email address, and I guess there's going to be some trackability to it. It would possibly be that, but I'll see what I can find out about that, because it's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
So you've
Yeah.
both experienced it. You
Yeah,
send
now I'm
the
thinking
link,
that you say that. I'm thinking
write
that
a
you say
review.
that. I have a feeling one of the ladies used her sorry if I interrupted. I think she used her email that would have been her email that would have been from her work.
Oh, yeah. That might make a difference.
Yeah.
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 Yes, it
Because
would
her
much.
work is like it's her name, and then right behind it is
Yeah,
the
that's
place of
right.
her work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could never do anything like that when I was with Bank of Montreal. It would reject
mhm,
if I used my bank email.
yeah,
Yeah.
And this
yeah,
one is and I have a few of them, and they're all in the bank, so I got a feeling that's why. And now when I think about it, the group, it's the 2 or 3 that just couldn't do it. And not only them, but others too.
yeah,
Yeah. I bet that's why. They could probably do it from their private ones.
yeah,
Mm, I should mention that to them.
Yeah. But I have had a couple of personal people, that haven't been able to do it either. And
Mm,
I'm not sure if it's a technical issue because others seem to have no problem doing it.
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, tech is a funny thing. It could be, how what their parameters are as well, how
Right.
you can set up
Right.
your own things. Um, but so I mean, it probably is to do with that, but I'll have a look as well and see what I can find out, or if I can find out anything, and if I can, I'll share it.
Perfect.
Okay. So reviews the chat and the app. Okay, so that's great. So now I can get out of this. Da da da. Uh, okay, this is the old interface. Um, but the information is the same. There's an unlimited volume to what you can add. Um, and remember what is most useful. So those things like, when are you open? Is the bookstore open? Is the studio open? What can what do I need now? In that mindset of, you're not the person trying to tell everybody how great your thing is. You're the person trying to solve a problem, right? You're looking for something to do, or you're feeling stressed, or you're fed up with the you know the way people are treating the planet, or whatever else it is. It's a different mindset, so try and keep that in mind. And be careful of the rabbit hole, because you can get in here and you can
Yeah.
you can just keep
Yeah.
going and going and going and going and going. And there's diminishing returns on it, right? You want your profile to serve you well, but you don't want to be serving it all the time.
Yeah.
What's the Google website? If you ask, it wants you to make a Google website. There's nothing wrong with making a Google website. It will not try and override your existing site. It will not fool you up. But it's a bit of a pain, and it's not exactly necessary. I mean, they say it will help, but it probably won't help. I gotta stop paying attention for a second, because my precious Bobby is leaving. Bye, Mom. Oh, she's gone. Bye, Mommy. Oh no, Mister. It's okay. She came in to say hello and goodbye. Uh, okay, so be careful of the Google website, and as I mentioned earlier about the Google ads, it's not that it's a bad investment. It probably isn't, but uh, you know what you're getting into before you spend the 20 minutes or half an hour setting it up. And we run Google ads for members, and we'd be happy to, we configure them here, from here, right? It's normal Google ads. We just don't, there's just no charge for them. Um, and we line them up so that you need to have it. This is a bit off to the side, but I will take a few minutes to talk through it. Google likes it when what you're saying is supported in other areas. So when we're creating a Google ad, it needs to reflect what your guide to the good profile says, because that's what it's cross-referencing with. And then, so the information that's in your Google ad matches your keywords, matches your whatever your landing page is. So the landing page in this case would be your guide to the good profile. So if, for instance, you wanted to do something, special or new, and give us a call. Let us know. We'll create an ad for that. We create ads on Wednesdays. Usually, it takes a week anyway for the ad to get kicking. So if you got something coming up, uh, you'd want it to be at least 3 weeks out, because we need to hit the Wednesday, and then we need to create the ad, and then it needs to get some traction. We'll be happy to do that for you, and that won't cost you anything. It may be that we will update your profile as well to reflect whatever that information is. Um, yeah, so that's just an aside. Okay, great.
So, Kim, how many of those ads, like per year or whatever?
Well, we run them for you constantly, right? You know, unless advised otherwise, and they
Okay.
tend to be pretty generic. You know, they reflect. I mean, we did one for you for this slate snowman, the painted slate at Christmas time, because you know we talked about that, so we went ahead and created one for you for that. So we can do that. I mean, we can't, not every week, but you know, 3 or 4 times a year. We run the generic ones anyway, but if there's something significant, we'd be happy to do that. For running the goat, we had a really successful Google Ads campaign before Christmas, and so, and it was about, you know, kids Christmas gifts or something like that. Um, and that worked really well. And in that case, we didn't have to edit the profile at all because we did a lot of work last year in search engine optimization. So we did a lot of work on, you know, title tags and headers and keywords and all that stuff. So our profiles are getting much stronger from an SEO perspective anyway, and that lends them to be more robust when it comes to aligning ads and stuff like that. So, but I'll just say, you know, we can do that when you need that. We'd love to actually, because we want you to succeed. We want. Okay. And next, here we are. Is this the next one? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Okay, now my mom is saying goodbye again. So just 1 second. Bye, mommy. Yeah. Okay, I love you too. Bye. Okay, she's coming over. Here she comes. Oh, mom. Oh, I'm so sorry, gosh, for being so personal. Eileen, she's the one that made your glass with the things on it.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. I'm glad you liked it.
Yes.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah, my cigarettes are up there.
Yeah, they'll get them for you.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Have a nice evening.
You too.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
I see. I love you.
We do really have the human connection here at Conscious.
It's good to see.
Yeah, it's beautiful to see, actually.
She's good. She's funny. She's a funny bum. Okay, so the next slide is this. Okay, how to check your Google business profile metrics. So let's go to this. I'm going to go back to here, and I'm going to go to, oh yeah, performance. So you hop into your performance, and you can look at a particular time period, and you're getting your overview. If you have, so 40 business profile interactions, that's not a whole lot, but the nature of God to the Good is that it's not, you know, something you would typically you know, click on. That what we offer is a bit more calculated, I suppose. Then I think I'll just click on this. But the number depends on your business, right? There's no number that's good or bad. You know, what is it you want to get out of it is really the question. Calls. So we haven't had any calls because we don't have calls. We haven't got messages either because we don't take messages. Bookings. We don't take bookings through here. We take them through Calendly, but it doesn't really come through here. Although it could, I suppose. And website clicks. That's what this one is, right? That's what comes through here. And then there's the you know, advertising easily in minutes, and how people discovered you. So out of those 40 people who clicked, 999 people viewed the business profile. Most of them came through Google search on desktop. slightly less came from Google search on mobile. So all of the numbers say that mobile is ahead of desktop or laptop. It's not. That's not what my experience is being. But we're here, and everybody's is a little bit different. It is certainly fair to say you have to make sure whatever you're putting up on your website looks good on mobile. You want to make sure that's good, because this is again off to the side. If it's not, Google does not like that, and it will not serve you up as an answer if it doesn't look good. I mean, look good as in loads quickly, is legible, and people don't look at it. They won't serve it up because they want to be the guy. They want to be right. They want to be the one that solves the problem. And if whatever it is we're putting there does not help them do that, they will not do that. They will do that less often. Okay. This one for Guide to the Good, 4% came from Google Maps. And we do get some deliveries here to the office, when we have some sort of plans. Oh, okay, Viviana. So I hope everything is good. And
Yeah, all good. Thank you for this. I updated my profile.
oh, you did it.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
So I
you're
was
so
quiet following you, but also working on my profile. So it was a good time to do this.
Awesome. Yeah, well, that's kind of it, right? It's just a concentrated time to do it and get to say hi.
Yeah.
Pitch for your mitten. Can I sort of picture? Or is it done?
It's over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone. See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.
You.
So it'll be interesting to see, for your own, how these things play out. How many people got to the maps on desktop and how many people got to you through maps on mobile.
I seem to have more people on mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
way
have
more
desktop.
people than desktop.
Oh, yeah? Good.
I'm the other way. Lots mobile for maps, which makes sense, and then desktop
Yeah.
for regular Google for us.
Right.
I'm still the same way. I got 72%, well, only 26% with a desktop,
Interesting.
and 2% Google Maps, and 0% desktop. Yeah.
Wild. So, but I mean, I know people go to your office, but it's not kind of a drive-by thing, right? They would book.
No, it's home base.
Yeah. Have I-
And the 3D, like the it goes around, shows you all that. So I don't know. It's
Oh,
0 on desktop, 2%, and then it's the search is totally different too. Like it's 2,777, which is 72%, and then desktop is 979, which is only 26% Google's from the desktop.
wow. Interesting. How are you looking at yours, Rachel?
Yeah. I have. Oh, sorry, the cat's in the way. We had 44% Google searches on desktop, 38% Google searches on mobile, 11% Google Maps on mobile, and then 7% Google Maps on desktop.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wild.
They're totally different.
Yeah. What about yours, Eileen? Are you seeing it? You don't have to say any numbers, but if your percentage
No,
would be interesting.
no, because I'm on two phones. I don't have my Chromebook with me,
Right.
so I don't have the same screens. But I know the report you're talking about, and I've looked at it.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
Not that I understand it now, but I do look at it.
Yeah, see, you do understand it, right? Like, don't say that. You're undermining. Don't do it. You know what you're doing. And then so this, what did people search that made you show up? So Guides are good. That's good. Businesses on Kiwanis in St. John's. I guess that was supposed to be Kijiji. That's odd. Clothing donations. Why would we show up for clothing donations? And there's a reason, because we did a great video with Neighborhood on clothing donations. So that's really interesting comment as well, because while that video is not on our Google profile, Google knows that God to the Good did this video. So when it all comes together, somebody searches clothing donation, Google will throw up our Neighborhood video, which is like that's working, right?
Good.
That's the bits
Yeah.
coming together. It's also very scary, but it's showing up what we want to show up. Food near.
So, Kim, the when you look at the search breakdown,
Yeah.
those whatever they search for, should we be trying to incorporate the words as keywords in our websites or something?
You're better off not trying because you lose your mind.
Oh
But
yeah,
you
that's
do,
why I'm
you
asking.
do want, yeah, you kind of do want to rank for, I mean, you'd want to rank for Newfoundland artists. You'd want to rank for, hand painted glassware. So those words you want to show up kind of everywhere, right? So maybe, in your head, you've got, 5 or 10 words that are used to describe what you do. And you weave it into your social posts. We weave it into your Guide to the Good profile. You weave it into, any blogs or descriptions that you're doing, and that helps. Like Google knows, it pulls all those bits together, and I mean, it's really just a consistent message, really. With a little bit of algorithmic action
Yeah.
going on. So one of the things, I know for running the goat, handmade books is a part. Well, it's a big part of it, but it's part of it. And now, a lot of the searches a lot of the ads that responded in the campaigns that we ran before Christmas were that.
Mhm.
So that's kind of cool. You want to be mindful too, though, right? You want to make sure that it's balanced. You don't want to only show up for one thing if you're doing more than one thing as part of your business, and so on. Okay, so that is your performance. You want to have a check on this every now and then and see how it's doing. We don't have it, but when people get a lot of action on their photos, that's really great. Okay, and there we are with this, checking your metrics. Okay, and you can do it on your phone too. So Eileen, I think you said you're on the phone. You don't need to do it now, but just to know that you can. So when you're here, right? You're here like this on my
Yeah.
phone. You go across. Oh my goodness, I can't find this now. Where is it? Oh my God, I can't see it. Am I just
No.
not seeing it?
I don't see it either now.
Okay. Does anybody else see it?
Yeah, it's just above. That's what it is on mine anyway. It says your business on Google, and right below it is like little blocks. They're like little blocks above your profile,
Yes. Yeah.
like little blocks.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
No.
What I've got, for mine, it's your performance report.
Hmm.
So if you went for me, if I went in there, that would.
I don't see it on my phone.
Do you see performance report?
No.
Okay.
All I
Do you
see
see
is
your-
overview, photos, reviews, update, about, and products.
Above that, you may see your business on Google. Do you see your business on Google above that? It has nothing to do with your profile, but above that, it should say your business
Oh, yeah.
on Google.
Yeah. If you just touch your business on Google. Good work, Angela.
No.
No,
Nice.
and I didn't have to press anything. Mine is rate your business on Google, and right below that is like learn more about your profile. Then you slide it over, turn more views to customers, slide it over, finish your ad, get custom emails, and then it goes on up to your performance.
Yeah. Eileen, I am sure that
I see it on my
it's here.
Chromebook.
Yeah, but I'm
I
sure it's
just
there
don't.
for you as well. It's just a matter of, pressing the
Yeah.
things without buying $5,000 for Google Ads.
Yeah, that's right.
And plus, it says only managers of this profile can see it. So I would assume you're a manager of your business.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look at that, but I think I can see it on my Chromebook.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the first time I looked at it, to be honest with you. I've had a really big dip in the last 2 months, but I haven't focused at all on Google like I did before the holidays.
Oh, well, and that's something too, right? If you do the focus and it goes up, nothing just keeps going up, right? Disappointed about the dip, just recognize it gives you a bit of control over it, really, right?
Mm.
Okay, so this is the metrics for insights and settings. This is a little bit different from what we just spoke about. This is what do you want Google to tell you? So you can choose on your profile settings how you want them to contact you and about what. So do you want them to contact you when there's a new review? That's a tick box. Do you want them to contact you when something unusual happens? That's a tick box. And all those tick boxes are oh, that's my dog. Okay, that would be in business profile settings or under it's under notifications. You can see my screen, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so go into notifications here, and you can do all this. I need to excuse myself for a moment. Pardon me. No eyes, no puppy, no puppy.
Ava.
Okay.
Did you find it?
No, but I found something else.
Well, that's good. That's the fun part about playing, because that's all I do.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm
That's
no
right.
expert on none of this. I gotta let go of the fear and just keep playing.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but these are the things that you can get emails on: updates, messages, reviews, questions and answers, bookings, quotes, photos, profile health. I don't know about your insights, news and tips, posts, and reminders, and surveys, and whatever else that is. Okay, so that's good. Go back to here, right? Yes, good. And then we go over to here. Yeah. So these are the things that we've talked about. What your business profile does for you. It positions you on Google search and in Maps. How to access it. You can log into it either from your desktop or from your phone. And that's that. How to go about refreshing it. Choose what you want to do. I didn't actually talk about this very much, but say to choose an amount of time that you want to spend at it, because as a couple of us has said, you can go in there, man, and you can just stay in there forever doing stuff. And then see what it's doing for you. Check your views and get reports, those metrics that we talked about. And that is that. Okay, and then a little bit of guide to the good business, where we go about making digital doable for local companies. If you haven't, I invite you to sign up for 5 ways to know, show, and grow your local company. It's a 5-day email to your inbox that I think is fun and useful, and helps you go about positioning your company as a local company in the market. Join our Digital is Doable Facebook group. We have a live stream the second Wednesday of every month where we talk about something to do with digital marketing. It's fun and not too serious. Usually we laugh. Follow us on social, on our Facebook and our Insta and YouTube. We'd love that. Become a change maker if you aren't a change maker, because that is fun and good. And this is it. This is all of us. With human connection and great digital tech, we're growing market share for local companies and building sustainable communities for all. Yay! And if you haven't looked into that CDAP grant, I know it's not for everybody, but if you have not, you can have a look here. It's on our main page under just for NL business owners, Guide to the Good CDAP grant bundle. So there's stuff that we're doing specifically, and that's great. But even without Guide to the Good, you can find out if you're eligible for the grant. You can click here on our website. I'll just put this link in here in our chat.
Kim, still it's not available to sole proprietors, right?
That hasn't changed. You need an employee. It's not that it's not available to sole proprietors. It's that it's you need an employee or
Right.
to clear or make 30K in, according to your report. But so it's not for everybody. But if it is for you, it's pretty easy to get. We've helped a couple of people get it. By helping, it's just sort of talking through it. We are on the vendor list here, so I'll share that because I'm kind of excited about it. Visit our vendor page. And this is, you click connect, and then you have to log in. Okay, I don't actually want to do that. But anyway, there's all the information is there about it. And you don't need to spend the money on Guide to the Good. You can spend it in other places on other things, whatever you need to get your, to boost your e-commerce or boost your digital marketing is good. Okay, I think I can stop presenting that now. Or no, I should go back to this. Oh yeah, and that's it. Okay, so that's it. And guys, we are almost or 10 minutes early. Is there any questions or comments you wanted to sort of explore anything or talk about anything?
No, I'm good. This has been handy. I've been just kind of figuring it out on my own since the person who fixed my fridge told me about it last year. Said, "Oh, you really have to do this stuff." I said, "Oh, all right."
Awesome.
He was back like 5 times in a row. We really got to know each other.
Yeah. So well, we'd like
Excellent.
to be having part of him too, because he's doing things. What's that guy's name?
I think he's Appliance Solutions.
Yeah. I think we've talked to him.
He's great.
He came and fixed things. Oh my God, I'll tell this. It's terrible, but I'll tell it. So our youngest daughter is 19. She's wonderful, hooray! And there's something wrong with the dryer. The dryer wouldn't work.
Ooh.
And the dryer we had before, was 50 years old, but this dryer was, I don't know, 5 years old, 10 years old. Anyway, what it was her thong underwear got up in the machine. So he comes and he takes it all apart and he says, "I found."
Oh no.
Oh boy.
It might not be the same guy as you, Rachel, but it was pretty funny. It was like Victoria's Secret versus, or actually it wasn't. It was Em and May versus the dryer.
Oh boy.
Anyway, that was. Don't tell her I said that, please.
Well, you've recorded it now. So.
You did. Yeah.
It's only for us. It's only for
okay.
us. Oh my God, that's terrible. Anyways. Oh my. Okay, well that's cool. If there's anything, send me an email if you want to follow up with anything. And thanks so much for coming and being part of this. It's what you're doing is awesome. Really,
Thanks.
it's good. It's important, and keep doing it.
Thank you. I'm very
Thank you,
grateful. I've
Ken.
never done training like this, so thank you so much. Very grateful.
Yeah.
Learned a lot. Actually, I learned a lot.
Oh, good. Excellent. Thank you so much.
Cat is back.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you.
good.
Good. They're always informative, Ken.
Yes. Good. Thanks, guys. Good night.
Okay.
Bye.
Take care. Thank you. Night.